Science World, Science World. Every day we will learn a new thing. Instead of writing on stones, papers were invented. The bicycle made carrying easy without strenuous efforts and fatigue. Car, bus, fan, swing, computer games. Rocket takes us to the stars. Submarines sailing underwater. Every day we will watch Science World, Science World. Every day we will learn a new thing. Science is like an ocean, so let's all go for a swim. Whoever makes an attempt will be able to achieve the goal. The lamp of knowledge lights our days and nights. The more you learn, the more you gain.
On air. Live on air.
So you will reap. Just as plants need water, the brain needs knowledge. Science World.
MashaAllah, this is perfect. This is all the diving equipment, the ventilator, and the oxygen tank to breathe. Now it will be possible to test my new invention without any problems. No. There is still something missing. I have to think. Yes, I got it. I'm missing water. That I and my invention will go down into. Where's the boy that works with me? Eyeball, where are you?
Yeah, doctor. Yeah. Who's that? What's that? Who's that? Who are you?
Would you shut up? Shut up, boy. What's the matter with you? You don't know a genius when he's at work?
Oh, who is that? You Dr. Invention? Oh, why are you dressed like that? Are you sick or something?
Am I sick? Is this the look of a sick man? Forget about what I'm wearing and think about how we could test my new invention.
Oh, another invention? Fine. What did you invent this time, a fish hook?
Fish hook? I am inventing a fish hook? My friend, I invented a submarine. Submarine!
Oh, what's that? This is a very small submarine. When are you going to sink it, in the bathtub?
Bathtub? Is that all you can think of? I still have to test it. It is a small model and I need a place for it to sink into.
Okay, tell you what, go to the Pacific Ocean, or I tell you what, stick to the Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic what? Pacific what? I'm saying I will test it. Test it.
Okay, so long as you want to test it, you can go to the Red Sea. That's better. Or you can just stay where you're at, and I'll bring the Red Sea all the way to you.
You are amazing. Amazing. You're definitely my student. Quickly, don't be late.
I'm going now. Look, if I don't find a place in the Red Sea, would the Suez Canal do?
Hey, what, man, would you watch where you're going? Can't you see in front of you?
I'm sorry. I'm just in a rush. I'm running a little late.
Wait a minute. Didn't I see this face before? Where'd I see you before?
Welcome. Aren't you Mr. Carper, sir? And Mr. Tin, sir? Welcome.
What copper and what tin? Don't you know this is Mr. Gold and I'm Mr. Silver?
Sir, all of them are metals. Excuse me, sir, because I'm in a big hurry and I would like to help out with the new invention.
Wait, just come here. Where are you going? What invention?
No, amazing. You think I'm an idiot and I'll tell you what the new invention of the doctor is?
Oh, does the doctor have a new invention?
No, it's not just any invention. It's a great one.
A great one?
Yeah, it's a submarine.
A submarine?
Yeah, and I'm going to bring the Red Sea for him so he can paint it.
So for what?
I mean for him to test it.
Where are you going?
I told you, to the Red Sea. It doesn't have to be tested in the sea. It's a submarine.
What do you make of this guy and what he's saying?
You know, if what he's saying is true, then this might really be a great investment.
Tell me, Sylvie, what are you thinking of?
The same thing that you're thinking of. You know, I'm saying, if we can't achieve anything on Earth, then we should go under the sea to try to achieve something. Who knows?
What do you mean?
The submarine, if we put it to work underwater, maybe we can really profit a lot from it. Then, little by little, we can increase it to 2 or 3 submarines. Then we can establish a station underwater.
But what would they carry?
Fish, of course. Don't fish keep going back and forth, moving around underwater?
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Once, I saw a shark. It was really exhausted. Difficult to see. And the poor tuna, they need help. They get so worn out, working all day long, going back and forth and back.
So what do we do now?
We will supply them with submarines night and day to give them some rest. Just let them rest. Don't they come back and we eat them also?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Chatterbox, look, I want to talk
Later. I have a show. Later. He has a show.
You know, military submarines are really, really important in battles.
Subhanallah, look at the submarine, how big it is. And underwater?
You know, it's also inside full of many equipments and really big meters. It reminds me of a plane, but the submarine is underwater.
This is a sign of Allah's power. So never forget, and you have not been given of knowledge except a little.
But what is the history and the origin of submarines?
I know submarines were first used in wars, and that the first submarine was made of wood.
But there are submarines used for scientific and research purposes underwater.
The original reason for the submarine was for war, since they used to attack enemy ships.
The submarine is an underwater ship. The first submarine was mainly a wooden rowboat bound in waterproofed leather and that had 2 sets of oars. Most submarines are designed to be used mainly during wars in order to attack the submarines and ships of the enemy. Mostly, they are used to torpedo military targets within the enemy borders. They are about 60 meters to 150 meters long. Their diameter is about 9 meters. And they have room for more than 100 people, consisting of the working crew who use it for living and working. Some submarines are used for scientific research purposes, where they roam the depths of the sea to collect scientific data. Though, this kind of submarines is smaller than military ones and do not have room for more than a small number of persons. Submarines usually launch their attack during wars against their target from underwater. Submarines must remain underwater to act effectively. The very first models of submarines were not able to stay underwater for long periods of time. That is why they used to come back up to the surface after some hours in order to reload the necessary oxygen equipment and for the crew. This made them an easy prey for the attacks of the planes and ships of the enemy. Submarines have a long cylindrical shaped body which makes extremely easy their movement and quickness underwater, as well as it protects them against the water pressure. As for how do submarines work, they are divided into submarines working on the surface of water and submarines working under the water. When submarines are underwater, they all work the same. They run at a speed of 20 nautical miles per hour. As for sinking, submarines could dive for more than 30 meters in less than 1 minute. Only the submarines of scientific research are able to sink to more than 900 meters because they are basically designed for such purposes. As for operations underwater, submarines run underwater in the same way planes fly in the sky. 2 of the crew members sit in front of the control screen, exactly like that of a plane in order to control it. Submarines come to the surface of the water through one of the following 2 ways. 1, by emptying water from its tanks, or 2, through tilting the small wings of the submarine to allow it to be directed to the upper side. The submarine, which was one day just an attempt to sink underwater, has now become one of the most important means of military defense in our modern world.
My friends, everywhere, on the earth and under the earth, on the surface of the water and on the bottom of the sea. Someone asked me, are there any friends in the depths of the sea other than fishes? You'll certainly laugh, but I will assure you that there are. And that's the topic of our episode today. There are people down there in a submarine, and they are, of course, can't hear you. They definitely can't hear us, but we have to remember them for something. Overall, my friends, the submarine that you see may be, you can say, it's the type of representation of what exists under the water. I apologize. Now, let us complete our subject. Submarines, my friends. Submarines, my friends. Submarine, my dear fellows, aren't those guys who were passing by? Aren't those the guys who were passing by us? Anyway, submarines...
If the submarine is above the water, which one is under the water?
A ship!
Which one is above the water?
A submarine!
The submarine is on top and the ship underneath?
No! I think the ship is underneath and the submarine is on top!
No, I think the ship is underneath and the submarine on top.
Anyway, I'm telling you the ship is above and the submarine underneath.
So what's on top?
Enough! I saw that it's underneath, up, down, up, down, up, down. My friends, a clash between the two, on top or down. So we'll take a break and come back.
I have no idea why he's late. He didn't have to do anything other than to go to the Red Sea and come back. What time is it now?
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Wa alaikum salam. Why are you late? Did I not tell you I have to try out my new invention?
I'm sorry, Doctor. I went all the way to the Red Sea, but I couldn't find a taxi or a bus, so finally I had to take a van. Finished all the procedures to get the licenses to bring it back with me, but I'm sorry,
There's an apology too? All of that and there's still an apology?
Yeah, Doctor. The Red Sea, that is really big. And when I went the last time, it was just small. It got bigger now, and I don't know how to bring it on.
My young brother, if you couldn't bring the Red Sea or couldn't find it, you could have looked for any other color. So now what's the solution? What will I do?
Don't worry, Doctor. So found a solution.
Solved it how? Did you bring the Mediterranean Sea?
What Mediterranean? What dumb talk is that? Look at the door and you'll know.
Huh? Oh. What water is this? All of it? Oh, the Nasser Lake?
This was my own idea, Doctor. My idea.
What's that? What's the smell?
Sorry, Doctor. I'm sorry,
This
sorry,
is the
Doctor.
smell of water or what?
I apologize. Just something to satisfy you only.
Satisfy? This is something to satisfy me? Where did you get all this water from, boy?
Once you sneeze, you'll know. You smell. I mean, you know.
Sneeze? How could I sneeze before I know?
Originally,
Huh?
I truthfully,
What?
Frankly, I blocked the sewage system.
Yeah, Allah, the public sewer.
Yeah.
You want my opinion?
What's wrong, Doctor?
What do you think about me putting you in the sewer right now?
Huh?
Instead of my invention?
Help me!
Science World, Science World. Every day we will learn a new thing. Science is like an ocean, so let's all go for a swim. Whoever makes an attempt will be able to achieve the goal. The lamp of knowledge lights our days and nights. The more you learn, the more you gain. As you sow, you will reap. Just as plants need water, the brain needs knowledge. Science World.